Have you often met obviously arrogant people? From personal experience, I can say that this is rare, but such inadequacy can still be observed in our world, where many strive to assert themselves. Arrogance becomes a serious obstacle that significantly hinders a person's life path. For example, in building relationships with people. Let's first define what arrogance is. It is very important not to confuse this phenomenon with pride or confidence. In the first case, a person is driven by an absolutely unrealistic self-esteem, which allows them to place themselves above others, greatly exaggerate their merits, and belittle others. In general, it's a complete set of actions that ultimately lead to becoming an outcast. In the second case, a person is motivated by respect, both for themselves and for others. They don't need to be arrogant or display toxicity to maintain the image they've created in their mind. They are inherently confident in their abilities. In short, we've figured out who's bad and who's good, but it makes sense to talk about how to identify an arrogant person. In reality, there is nothing complicated about it. They are all such repulsive characters that we often understand this on an intuitive level. We don't need to go through any thought process to understand that our classmate is a dubious character if he constantly boasts about his new phone while making demeaning jokes. The scale of the situation changes as life goes on. In school, it's about phones. At work, it's about cars. And yet, this is just one of many ways to display one's less admirable qualities. So, I believe the only right move is to simply be vigilant, to use common sense, to not let words slip by, and to pay more attention to how people around us behave. Everything becomes clear immediately, and we don't even need those strange tips from Google. You know what I think? It will probably be much better to just give examples of arrogant people and where their arrogance has led them. Mario Balotelli, one of the most talented footballers of his time despite his terrible character. The most powerful teams fought for this guy. It was all simple for him. Keep trying, keep training, and future trophies await you. But after moving from Italy to England, changing teams and coaches several times, his career declined. Now he's a player for a Turkish club that isn't even competing for top positions. And there are plenty of such examples. Take the same Byakuya before his first defeat. Interestingly, it turns out that heroes only change after they encounter someone brave enough to challenge them. However, we're not in a cartoon, and the chance of such a thing happening in real life is slim. Nevertheless, any arrogant idiot is better off not taking risks because they live among people who have recently watched TV shows with cool guys. Okay, it's all jokes. Clearly, if we're speaking seriously, guys, be reasonable. Avoid idiots. And now we're not just talking about arrogant people. Besides them, there are also liars, hypocrites, and just unpleasant individuals. Everyone has dealt with different types. And most importantly, it's not just about avoiding such individuals, but specifically not becoming like them. At the end of the video, I want to show you the farewell speech of perhaps the greatest coach in football history. Despite all his achievements, he gives credit to players and fans no less than to himself.
It's a thank you to Manchester United, not just the directors, not just the medical staff, the coaching staff, the players, the supporters. It's all of you. You have been the most fantastic experience of my life. Thank you. I have been very fortunate. I've been able to manage some of the greatest players in the country, let alone Manchester United. And all of these players here today have represented our club the proper way and won a championship in a fantastic fashion. Well done to the players.